Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Dev's Kingdom. In this video, we're gonna talk about Agno. So what is Agno? Agno is a lightweight library for building multi-modal agents. And it is very popular. You can see here, there's a lot of stars already, like 23k stars, and also there's 30k forks. So very popular project. So in this tutorial, we're gonna show you how to build Agno on Kaggle notebook step by step for free and using Kaggle GPU. So that being said, let's get started. So if you go through the documentation, they already have a lot of examples here. So you can see there's a basic agent. There is more complicated cases like a lot of different agents work together. You can see there's a agent with the knowledge base. There's agent with the web agent, finance agent, and so the combination of different agents with the agent team. So there's very cool stuff we can build with Agno. And so without further ado, let's create a notebook on Kaggle and see how this works. So we're going to use Ollama for the demo, but you can use almost any other providers. So they have a repo. You can see here, it's from the Agno libraries, Agno and models. So basically, all the models listed here are supported by Agno. And you can see there are Fireworks, DeepSeek, Grok, Google, Hugging Face, IBM, and the Light LLM, and also Studio, and there's Ollama, OpenAI, OpenRouter. They basically support all the major providers, which is awesome. So if you create a Kaggle notebook, first make sure you set up Ollama, because we're demo everything on Ollama. You can also try out other providers like Gemini, OpenRouters, but we're gonna demo everything in Ollama, and there's a tutorial. I'll put the link in the description to show you how to set up Ollama on Kaggle with Kaggle's GPUs for free. Feel free to check that out, but link is in the video description. So we'll skip this for this demo, but you can see here it has already been set up, and it will have the models, the embedding models. So Nomic embed tags. There's Llama 3.2, Q1 2.5 14b, and 2.5 extra context. The one that has extra context has a bigger context window. So basically it allows more input tokens. So you can see there the extra context is 32768. So basically those are the models that we're going to use for this demo. You can see here basically you have to create a customized model file and then basically configure it so you have more models in the Ollama. So but that being said, let's continue. After you set up the Ollama, then let's create a notebook called Agno Agents. So then you can see here, basically we have to set up all the dependencies for Agno. They did not actually document all the dependencies you have to install because it depends on your use cases. Let's say, for example, if you want OpenAI, probably you don't have to install OpenAI dependency. But for our video, we're going to install a lot of the dependencies to show you how this works in general. So basically, we're going to install OpenAI, DuckDuckGo search, which is going to use for a web search. We're going to install also LensDB, PY PDF, and also YFinance, which we're going to use for some of the analysis, and also PyLens, Ollama, Grok. You can install more stuff based on use case, but we're going to install all this for the demo. Then you have to install the Nest async out. This is for the notebook, because there's some issues with the I/O on the notebook, so you have to install that. Then make sure you do the import Nest async IO and do a Nest async out apply. Then we can start testing. So then the first test, we're gonna basically run very basic test. Just use the OpenAI chat. So we're gonna use the Ollama OpenAI compatible endpoint. So you can see here the endpoint is 6845 34 168. So but we're gonna add v1. So this is basically a Ollama OpenAI compatible endpoint. And then basically we're gonna pass an API key and also the model ID. So the model ID is basically the one that we're gonna use. We mentioned earlier it's equal to 2.5 extra context 14b. So this works. You can try bigger models if you have more RAM, but because Kaggle has about 16 gigs of RAM. So basically we're gonna just use the Q1 2.5 extra context 14b. You can see that after run the test, basically we have this response. So it's nicely written, and also you can see the style and UI is pretty sleek, so you can basically understand this easily. So this is basically very straightforward example. And the other example you can try is maybe from a different provider. Let's say, for example, OpenRouter Gemini 2.5 Pro, which was released a few days ago. I have a video for that as well. Feel free to check that out. If you use this model, you can also use the OpenAI chat and use the base URL as OpenRouter API v1. Then you can also test the agent using this model, and then so basically you can also print the response for the same prompt you see earlier for this one. So that's another way to test it. So another example you can try is basically for a different agent or different tools. So basically this example, first you have to basically add the model as well. So you can see here it's also another model that's added using the Ollama endpoint, but we use the OpenAI compatible endpoint with the equivalent 2.5 extra context 14b. Then you can also add some description for the agent and also instructions for the agent. Then we also can add a knowledge base. So this is basically PDF URL knowledge base. So this will add a PDF online to the PDF knowledge base. And this will also be used as a tool. So eventually it's going to, you can see from the result here. So this will actually first do the embedding. So you can see actually they inserted 14 documents from this online PDF. Then it will use it as a knowledge base. So when you actually ask a question to this agent, it will figure out if it is a PDF related question. If it actually has the knowledge, then we'll go to the knowledge base to fetch the data. So also, the very cool feature of this Agno agent is actually can show the tool calls. So you can actually show the tool trace. So you can see which tool is getting called. So which is very cool. And you can see from the result, basically start thinking first. And then the first tool called for this is basically a DuckDuckGo search agent tool. So you can see basically it's going to pass in the prompt and then do a web search. So you can see the result from here is a web search. Then also another question that we asked is for what's the history of Thai curry, right? And then the tool it is used is the search knowledge base. So that's the PDF, right? The PDF was added to the knowledge base. So then the response is from that knowledge base. So which is very cool. So these are the example for the Agno agent CLI version. So you can try all the code. All the code samples I demoed here is also available on the README. So the README has pretty good coverage of how to use this framework. So feel free to check the README out. I think it is helpful, even though you have to replace a few things in the README, like the model, right? So we're going to not use the OpenAI models, but we're going to use the OpenAI compatible models or any other providers they support, which you can find it in the Agno libraries, Agno models. So, and let's continue with the WebUI. So this is the CLI, but we're gonna demo the WebUI as well. So basically, you can find out more information about the Agno WebUI from the docs.agno.com. So you can see there's a section called Agent Playground. So this is basically the WebUI's backend. So it's a fast API service. So then you can actually set up the backend service, then also add the front end. So first you have to basically set up the backend. So the backend is basically, they call it a playground. So you can actually add everything they documented here. This is also available in the agent UI. So they documented this in two places. One is for the backend section, which is the playground section, and the other one is for the agent UI section. You can see it's from agent UI. They're almost the same. It's basically a different order. So you can see this one actually set up the backend first, and then they go to the front end, and then this one actually set up the front end first and go to the backend. But they're identical almost. But the difference is you have to make a little bit of change if you want to use the code, the document here, to the Kaggle notebook. As you can see, there is a few changes you have to make. So we'll go through that a little bit, but basically you have to change the playground settings. So because they're documented as a developer environment in notebook, you have to change that to production. So change this to production. You probably have issues if you don't change that. Make sure this is changed, and also update it in the playground settings. So make sure the playground use the settings you update in here. So that should be it. And so let's go through the setup step by step for the front end UI. As you can see here, already set this up. You can see this is point to the 6263. So you can see this is already connected. So if it's not connected, you will not be able to use it. First, make sure this is connected as the green dot in here. So it shows this is connected. And also the website, you can see here, it is working. So the same as the one that is set up in endpoint, because we're actually setting up the backend and frontend in the same notebook. So let's continue with the notebook. So first, let's set up the backend. So you have to install, again, OpenAI, SQL, Alchemy, and also the Fast API, standard Ollama OpenAI. So you don't have to set everything up, but we just set everything up. And then you also have to set up Agno, Fast API, also DuckDuckGo search, Y-Finance, Nest Async.io, UVcorn. Also, make sure install Nest Async.io and also import that and then apply Nest Async.io. So then create this play background. So then you don't need to use the Agno API key. That's for the Agno's website. So for self-hosted version, as we demo in this video, you do not need Agno API key. So again, I set the API key to test. You can set it whatever you need, but you do not need that. But if you want to use the Agno production hosted from agno.com, as you can see for agno.com, and for the agno.com, you might need to set the Agno API key as they documented in here in their README. So I believe that's in their API setup. So you can see they documented somewhere, probably in the API key. Search for API key. Yes, it's documented here. But again, so for the self-hosted, you do not need that. So you have the backend service. You have the front-end service. You basically self-host backend and front-end, so you don't need the API key. So we set the API key to test. Then you basically have to copy the code from the documentation and paste the code in your notebook or your local terminal or local Python file. Then change this line, playground settings, to production. At least this is for the notebook. Then it should be ready to go. But we're not gonna run this because we're gonna run this in the backend using supervisor. So we're gonna show that in a little bit. But first, write this file. So it's called playground.py. Then you have to build the front end. Then we set up update node. First, we update the node to the stable version. So run this node stable. So you're gonna install the Node.js stable version. After that, also install the PNPM. So this is recommended from the Agno UI setup. You can see here, basically the recommended PNPM. So, and then after that, you have to build the front end. So first, you can install the front end using npx or install it from the source code. In this case, we install from the source code. So you can see basically first, big clone the agent UI repo. Then we basically cd to the agent UI repo. After that, make sure you do the npm install. This will install all the front-end dependencies. Then we have to install supervisor. So make sure you do the ap install or the pp install. Then you have to basically figure out the configurations. So first, you check the places where the Python and npm is. So in the notebook, they're available in the user local bin Python. So the backend configuration, we should use this path. Just make sure that also you put a program key. So then this will be the backend service. So then basically command is use the Python to call the playground.py. So that should be it. Then you also have to add logs to track the issues. Then we have to set up the front end called Agno UI. So add a configuration for the front end as well. And then use the pnpm, put the directory to the Kaggle working agent UI, which is where it's downloaded. Then do a run dev. So this will spin up the development. If you run this in production, you can do run start, but you also have to do a npm build. So you do the npm build, it will run production build. And then also add the logs as well. So those are the configurations for supervisor for the front end and back end of Agno WebUI. Then you have to do a supervisor stop, start, and status to check if it is running. You can see the Agno service is running, the UI is running. And also you can track the logs as well. So you can see here. So you can ignore the cross origin. So you can also update the cross origin in the this settings file. So you can also add it in here. But in this demo, at least it does not have issues if you do not update it. So as you can see here, we do have to update the cross origin. But if you want to update it, you can update it in the settings file. Then you can check all the logs to see everything is running. So you can see everything is running in this case. So after that, make sure you install ngrok. So make sure you install ngrok. So then this will turn on everything inside the notebook to the public URL, as you can see here. So everything's turned out to the public URL, so you can test it in the public URL. And then first you create a function to run bash command within Python, then install pyngrok and ngrok, then get ngrok token and paste it in here. So this will initiate an ngrok environment. Of that, make sure you point ngrok public URL to a localhost 80, which is the Nginx port. So we use Nginx to all the routing. So you can see this public URL is pointing to localhost 80. After that, make sure you install Nginx. And after that, make sure you also update Nginx to a basically update the configuration to agno.configuration. So then you have to basically route all the traffic for the front end to localhost 3000, a backend, which is a v1, to localhost 7777 v1. So this will actually route the traffic for front end to the localhost 3000 and backend to localhost 7777. So this is where the backend fast API is running. That should be it. Then after that, make sure you do this Nginx stop and start. This will start the Nginx. And after that, make sure you check the port is available. So you can see this port is available. So also just do a install the NAT tools. You can check like the NAT stat and so on and so forth. So, and after everything is set up, you can load this WebUI just using the URL and then start with the new chat. Make sure you see this endpoint turn to green. So that means it is connected. You can see that the model we're using is Q1 2.5 actual context 14b, which is the one that we set up in the backend service. And also you can see it in here. So then it's right in the section in here. So we set up the web agent using this model, which is Q1 2.5 actual context 14b. And the financial agent is also Q1 2.5 actual context 14b. So you can select the agent. You can see the web agent is using the Q1 2.5 14b. The financial agent, it is also OpenAI Q1 2.5 actual context 14b. So that should be it. You can see the sessions also updated while you're selecting the agent. So that should be it. Then you can start testing. So hopefully this is helpful. This is how you set up Agno on Kaggle notebook step by step for free. And hopefully this is helpful. If you do like this video, please subscribe, like, or comment. If you have any questions, thank you so much for supporting the channel, and see you in the next one.